Hey guys, how's it going? Rudy Hernandez here. Thanks for checking in. First off, happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. If you guys are working, hopefully you guys got an opportunity to get some dinner with friends, family, or coworkers. For those of you guys working the Black Friday events and things like that, be careful out there, guys. Make sure you guys watch people's hands and whatnot. Keep your head on the swivel, so to speak. Other than that, let's jump right into our topic, which is how to be happier at work. First, obviously, a few givens that I like to kind of put out there. First of all, if you're unhappy in your current state, your current position, or current situation, whether on a professional level or personal level, I definitely recommend it's something that you kind of take time to yourself, away from people, away from social media, things like that, and kind of really ask yourself, what do you want? What are, if you're doing something that's making you unhappy, obviously we all have to pay bills, so I get it, but it doesn't mean that you have to be miserable while you're doing it. So it's something I definitely recommend that as a given, is that if you are in that state where, or in that situation where you just are not happy, for whatever reason, you really got to take time and really put thought into what is it that you truly want. A lot of people that I talk to, whether it's people that I've worked with, people that I've mentored, or students, family, friends, things like that, I always, I'm big on, what does your heart say? Listen to your heart, so to speak. Really search deep down inside and kind of figure out what is it that you want, and then start to kind of make a plan and take steps towards what it is that you want. That being my first given. My second one would be is attitude. Make sure that your attitude, try to have a positive attitude with everything that you do, with your perspective. Everything is perspective. A quote that I was told a long time ago by a manager or someone that I worked with, I can't remember where I picked it up from, but it was something that kind of stuck with me, which was, things are 10% of what happened to you and 90% of how you take it. And so pretty much what that gets chalked up to is your perspective. 10% is what actually happens to you, but 90% is how you take it. If you look at something as catastrophic and like, oh my God, how are we going to get through this? Then yeah, it's going to be a pretty, devastating hit. But if it's something where, if something happens, you look at it and be like, well, I screwed that up, someone screwed the pooch on that. And then just move forward. What do we do when we fall? We get up, dust ourselves off, and keep moving forward. That's something that I teach, like I said, to pretty much everyone that I come across. That's my kind of, philosophy. Those would be my two givens. Is one, if you are unhappy in your current position or your current situation, definitely, put time aside to go, find yourself, so to speak, or try to figure out what it is that you truly want to do. And then second is attitude. Is like I said, as for some of you it may be easier, for some of you it may be a little bit harder, but like I said, attitude is big on moving forward and believing that you can make that change. So like I said, those are the two givens. Now jumping into my tips or pointers. One of my first tips is definitely see the job as a blessing. See the job as something good, as an opportunity. One, not only to obviously get paid and make money so you can pay your bills and whatnot, but look at it as a growth, as an opportunity for development, as an opportunity for growth, and as a blessing. Like I said, I've come across a lot of people that, one, they're either having a hard time looking for a job, or they're having a hard time getting hired, or they're not finding the right type of job. And like I said, there's a lot of people out there. So like first and foremost, be grateful for that job, no matter how much you're getting paid or how little. It truly is a blessing, and look at it that way, where you're able to get that money to pay the bills that you have to pay, because obviously we all have to pay bills, we have to pay rent, or whatnot, buy food, things like that, to live. So like I said, be grateful and see it as a blessing, see it as a blessing, see it as an opportunity for development and growth, and also see it as something that you kind of have to do in order to, level up, or, use as a stepping stone for that next level. All right, so number two would be set goals, set short-term goals, 30, 60, 90 days out. Nothing too crazy, something attainable that's, short-term, so you get that instant gratification, so to speak, but so you're actually taking steps towards something. For example, if, you're good at your current position, but obviously we want to keep, progressing and advancing, look at courses that you could take that, apply to your current position, that'll help you, get that advancement or get that pay raise, or, move on to a next level. Obviously, if you've already identified like, hey, you know what, I'm not happy at this position, I've kind of looked at something else I want to do, then go ahead and set attainable goals for that. It could be either certain licensing, certain training courses that you have to take, set those goals, like I said, 30, 60, 90 days out, something short term, so you're actually making progress towards whatever you want to do. It could be as simple as, hey, applying for 4 jobs a week, or whatever it is, doing something, actual progressive and productive steps towards whatever the goal is. Keep moving forward, keep progressing, always, always, always keep progressing, never stop, whether it's intellectually, knowledge, spiritually, physically, all that stuff, always keep progressing. So like I said, that's number 2 for me, which is, set short-term goals, 30, 60, 90 goals. And like I said, that's how you're going to build up. Moving on. Number 3 for me would be setting time aside for yourself. You time, so to speak. And you could do that at work also. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to, take time off of work, long vacations, things like that. Nothing crazy, like I said. When you're at work, set time aside for yourself during lunch breaks. Take lunch by yourself. Kind of don't be on social media as far as Facebook, Instagram, things like that. If you have to be on it, that's fine. But like I said, try to set at least 10, 15 minutes to where you're just in your own thoughts. You're just in your own thoughts. You write stuff down. You kind of ponder, think, just philosophize, or whatnot. Just really try to get in a sense that helps, at least for me personally, I've seen that it helps people get kind of centered and just kind of really knowing what it is that they want. And like I said, it all kind of ties in together, because everything's a constant assessment, and we'll get into that later on as far as evaluating, assessing, reassessing. But like I said, that for me, I think is really important, to kind of just disconnect and take time for yourself, where you're not around, other people gossiping or just, chit-chatting. Like I said, you probably get enough of that during the shift. Take, your lunch break, or your breaks, whatever it is, and, go take a walk, or just, go be on your own for a little bit, get your thoughts straight. Obviously, if the gram or, social media brings you happiness, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. You go ahead and do that. But like I said, I highly recommend at least setting time aside, about 10, 15 minutes of just kind of like, just nothing. Just, your own thoughts, you talking to yourself in your own head, just to kind of, get your mind together, your thoughts organized and whatnot. Like I said, that's something that has helped me. That's something that, I usually talk to other people that I've talked to, that's helped them. And it's something definitely, like I said, you should give it a shot. Why not? What do you have to lose? Those would be my 3 tips as far as being happier at work. Seeing your job as a blessing. Having, goals, short-term goals that help you progress, both professionally and personally. And then just, you time, just time for yourself. And some closing thoughts with that is just keep in mind that your mind is very receptive to just anything you feed it. So that's why with social media, I try to stay away from negative stuff. And unfortunately, there's a lot of just really just stuff that doesn't really bring any value, honestly. There's certain things on there, there's a lot of dumb things, obviously, that we're aware of, and we want to be in the know, we want to be knowledgeable, and that's fine, but we don't want to swallow all that stuff up all the time. We want to just kind of, in a sense, nourish our mind and nourish what we're feeding. If you look into different philosophies of that, like I said, your mind kind of just, whatever you feed it, it kind of grinds it up. And whatever you feed into your subconscious, it starts leaking into your conscious. And just that gives you your perspective and views on everything. So like I said, be mindful of that. Be mindful of what you continuously see over and over and over. And that's why with social media, that's why I say disconnect for a little bit, get your own thoughts together. But yeah, just with that in mind, I don't think I have anything else, guys. Sorry if I ranted a little bit too much. But like I said, those are my top 3 tips just for, being happy. Be grateful. Be grateful. Look at everything as a blessing. Have a good positive attitude. Set goals, and then just set time to yourself. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and put in comments down below. If you guys actually want to reach out and have any questions regarding this topic, as far as figuring out what it is that maybe you want to do, or maybe you want to get into the industry, or change industries and you're not sure of it, reach out. I definitely would like to hear from you guys. I'll go ahead and put my email and then my LinkedIn account in the description below. You guys get a hold of me through there. If we need to chat over the phone, we could set something up. Reach out if you guys have any questions, or need any type of direction. We could help each other, in our journey, so to speak. Other than that, I appreciate you guys. Happy Thanksgiving again. If you guys are working, be careful out there. And as always, stay safe, and thank you.
Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.